Hi, I'm Sheila Battle, and my home is affectionately referred to as the Battle Station. Here we've chosen to live in open-hearted community with all of our neighbors. Our purpose here at the Battle Station is to walk alongside those who come to us and to share tools that will help them create healthy, safe, and violent-free lives. We do this work through the lenses of mental health, emotional wellness, and spiritual formation. Pre COVID, we offered these services right here in our home and later added some community events as the need for these types of services grew. Post COVID, we launched the Soul Care Academy, where we offer self paced courses, coaching programs, and clinical counseling services. Many of these offerings are free because we wanted to create a safe place of access for those who simply don't have the resources for these much needed services. The reason I'm so excited about this opportunity to partner with the YWCA and the Asch Fellowship is because this award will allow me to learn new practices that are practical, hope friendly, and future oriented. Why is this work so important to me? Well, before the tragedies of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor, Richmond was a city plagued by grief, violence, and division of every kind. My personal connection to that grief resides in the fact that my family lives with the pain of two cold case homicides. On June 15th, 1995, my sister was murdered in Midtown. My nephew, Ronald McWilliams, was murdered on June 18th, 2016. When I take the memory of all of that, the grief of all of that, and I add it to the collective trauma of COVID 19 and horrific examples of leadership at every level, and the increased need for health related services for our most vulnerable citizens, it can be overwhelming. It is overwhelming, and we have so much work to do. Whether you look from a global stage or a national level or right here at home, I know that healing and recovery and reconciliation are possible. I also know firsthand that you can exchange grief for grace, and it is my life's work to be an agent of change that is committed to constructing solution focused strategies rather than dwelling on the problems, the pain, and the consequences of our losses. All of these variables present us with a unique opportunity to create a new narrative of post traumatic growth, development, and healing. Together, we can actively promote a legacy of change for our city. I just absolutely believe that. And so, how do I want to do that? How do I want to do that for Richmond? Without question, winning this award would provide resources. But what I would do with those resources is what I want to talk about next. There are several programs of which I am deeply interested, and I just want to share a couple of them with you now. So, right here in Richmond, at Richmond Hill, there is a program called the Ruah School of Spiritual Guidance. Ruah is a Hebrew word meaning breath and spirit. This is a 2-year program that's designed to train those who wish to discern, develop, and nurture their call as a companion for those seeking spiritual guidance. Another program that I would love to pursue is the Solution Focused Brief Therapy Certification. And there are two programs that are of particular interest to me. One is run by Mr. Elliott Connie, and the second is through the Institute for Solution Focused Therapy in Westminster, Maine. And theirs is a certification program that is accredited. Another thing that I would do is after being on the front lines of this human services work for the past 30 years, down in the trenches, from city government to state government to grassroots organizations and nonprofits, I would use this award to fund a 7 to 10-day wellness retreat, while at the same time earning continuing education credits from some of the best mindfulness teachers in the world, and participating in a little much needed soul care for myself. So, this term, soul care, what does that really mean? Unlike self care is a hot and it's a trending topic, and it's become common in our stress induced culture. But soul care is a different approach. You see, self care is mostly steeped in relaxation techniques that address the part of the iceberg above the water's surface, while soul care addresses what's underneath. And for me, this prescription of mindful self compassion, steeped in committed inner work, is a radical act of social justice. Learning how to confront, address, reconcile, and resolve our own inner turmoil is paramount to tackling the consequences that we live with in our outer world. Soul care is inner work, and inner work creates changed behavior. Changed behavior ripples outward and transforms our community. And this is the work my soul must do. This award would allow me to participate in trainings and courses and classes and experiences that would help me to facilitate even more skillfully among circles of women, children who lack supportive services in our school systems, and men who are alone, misunderstood, and plagued by violent tendencies. My goal, would be to use all of this information to offer quarterly in-person events that allow for content sharing, deep introspection, and transformative outcomes. In the interim, the Soul Care Academy would continue to curate courses, webinars, and virtual but interactive experiences on a monthly basis with me as an instructor. The idea is to offer most multifaceted options that are not limited by time, space, age, pandemics, race, economic status, or even faith confession. These offerings are for those who are hurting, but seeking a new way of being. It is solitary work that should not be done alone. And I ask for your support in helping to ensure that no one has to take those courageous next steps alone. Thank you so much for this opportunity to apply for this amazing fellowship, to be named among women who are doing incredible things in our community and even outside of Virginia is an honor and a privilege in itself. So thank you for your time and for your consideration. Stay blessed and be well. Take care.